Alright, hello everyone and welcome to the Week in Preview. It is July 31st, 2016. There's only about 4.5 hours left in the day as I record this video. And it's rare when I actually get to do a Week in Preview where it's the end of the month, meaning it's the final day. Tomorrow, we literally start a whole new month of stuff for you. A full month of 31 days of August. And the way I can really end this month is to kind of conclude and say July was kind of a meh month, right? When you really look back at the month when it comes to gaming, I probably have some powder or something here on my shirt. I didn't even see it until I started recording. Look at it. Won't come off. All right, whatever. When it comes to gaming, traditionally, there are 2 months of the year that are usually the slowest. January and July. I don't know why historically these months have always been kind of the slowest months, but they really always have been. In the entirety that I've ever done gameplay for you and videos for YouTube, it's always been that way. Now, some years during the summer, I come upon a good idea or I get kind of a feeling and I do something and it really takes off. Sometimes it doesn't. Previous years, I remember one year I did a Grand Theft Auto marathon. Oh my god, that was like the best summer I ever had, right? Because people were loving seeing me play these Grand Theft Auto games for the first time and Rage or whatever. The bottom line is, in this day and age, there's very few major popular franchises that I haven't delved into yet, right? I mean, you could say, oh, well, what about games like Spyro, or what about this or that? Yeah, but the bottom line is the most popular games ever that people would probably want to see me do on YouTube for downtime, I've probably already done. So it's very tough when I get a month like July now, where there was no new stuff to do, right? The stuff that was out there that was new was terrible, like the Ghostbusters game, and, you know, there was a DLC for Call of Duty that was good, but that's good for one session, and that's it. Some DLCs for Street Fighter V, but you get the gist here. There's no new games, no high-profile new stuff for the entire month. The month ended up being a pretty slow one, all right? Now, the good news is, August, unlike most Augusts, actually looks to be a very busy release month. It looks that this year, for whatever reason, they've jam-packed in a bunch of stuff into the month of August. I don't know if it's because they want to get it out before the hardcore gaming season starts in September, October, November, and those games get lost in the shuffle of all those new releases. Or maybe it's just that they're learning. And they're realizing that the summer is a viable time to release games because there really isn't that much competition. I don't know. But this month in particular, August coming up of 2016, is going to be a good one for new releases in gaming, alright? So I'm about to go into that in a moment. But the reason I'm really bringing all this up and talking about July is I just want to let everyone know there's 4.5 hours left as I record this video. But, as of right now, it certainly looks like we are not going to be hitting our Patreon goal for the month. Right down there, patreon.com/darksidephil. And that's unfortunate because we've hit that Patreon goal every single month since I started on Patreon in February of 2015. Now you may say, well, what happened? What went wrong here that we didn't hit the goal? Well, there's a few things. Number one, this was literally a dead month. And it's hard for me to bring people in to watch my stuff when it's like, what's Phil doing today? Oh, he's doing an ongoing playthrough of Persona 3 he's been doing since March. I'll skip it. What's he doing today? He's playing more Overwatch. He's already done that. I'll skip it. What's the new release this week that Phil's playing? There is none. Oh, I'll skip it. I'll be back when there's new games. A lot of people have that mentality. That's why sometimes when I play new games, I can get excess of over 1,000 viewers on stream and tons of views on the new game that's coming out. But when I just do kind of a downtime thing, you get only that real core group of viewers who watch it. So this has been a challenging month, and I really haven't been able to draw any new viewers to DSP Gaming for viewership, and because of that, the pledges are down. You know. Now, I do want to say this. I want to say thank you to those who did pledge for the month of July, and also those who upped their pledges today, because today, like 3 people upped their pledges in an attempt to help. And just so you know, we are within, right now, with 4.5 hours to go, we're within around $200 of hitting the monthly goal. There's still possibility that we could hit it. It's just incredibly unlikely. So I almost want to feel like, no, we did hit it, rather than try to get, super hopeful, and then 4.5 hours, you know. What are the chances that we're going to get a bunch of people pledging that much amount of money in the last minute? I don't think it's going to happen. Now, what does this mean? Because you remember, the goal for this month was supposed to be that we were going to do a Patron's Choice playthrough in September. The way it was going to work was over August, people who pledged for July were going to nominate and vote on a game, and then I was going to play it in early September. Obviously, that's not possible. We're not doing the goal, all right? Now, I'm debating just rolling this goal over to August, having the same goal, all right? And if we hit the funding goal for August, then in probably the second half of September, we'll start a Patron's Choice playthrough. Now, the problem here, sadly, is that October is insanely busy. Like, October, I don't think I'm going to have a moment to play, like, a downtime game. With the shit that I see that's coming out in October, some pretty crazy stuff. A few exceptions, maybe a few days here or there. So, I am concerned that what if we do a Patron's Choice playthrough as the goal? We hit the goal for August, great. So, within the first 2 weeks of September, patrons nominate and vote. I started in September, but the next thing you know, in October, now I can't play the game at all. You know what I mean? That would be disappointing. So, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do for the goal. I do know what the goal is going to be for August. Excuse me, for September. I already know what the goal is going to be for September. So, I just need to figure out what should the patron's goal be for August. Obviously, if we didn't hit the goal for July, maybe the patron's choice isn't what I should be doing. But then the question is, what should I be doing? Marathons? Because every time I do a marathon, we seem to hit the goal. Another multiplayer event, like I did a couple months back, we hit the goal for that, you know? So I need to think, what are the event style things that I should do? Please give me ideas. Please leave a comment, send me an email, darksidefil@hotmail.com, tweet me. What do you think should be good patron goals that are going to motivate people to pledge? I need to know. Because right now, obviously, using the same old thing isn't working anymore. It didn't work in July, all right? So, I'll let you know on Twitter with 4.5 hours left if we hit the goal or not today, but likely we didn't. Unless a ton of people come out of the woodwork and start pledging, or a few people do giant pledges out of nowhere, there's really no way we're going to hit this goal. But we'll see. I don't want to be super pessimistic. All right. Now, in regards to this coming week, finally, the drought is over, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, after a month of pretty much nothing worthwhile checking out at all, we've got a new solid game release this week. We've also got the epic conclusion of the playthrough that I've been doing since March of 2016. There's a fun marathon coming up this week, which may turn into a full-length playthrough. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of odds and ends with expansions on things that I maybe have not had a chance to check out yet. Alright, so allow me to explain, and we'll see what people have to think about this coming week. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting one, alright? So, if you haven't seen it yet, over on my new YouTube channel, KO Gaming, I started a couple days ago a new countdown series called The Worst Things About Modern Gaming. Right now, there's 2 parts spanning 7 counted entries into it, and I'm planning on finishing it up tomorrow. So allow me to explain. Tomorrow, my gameplay stream will be the end game portion of Persona 3. If you're not aware, yes, finally, I'm at the end of Persona 3. It took a ridiculously long amount of time. In fact, I've sunk more hours now into Persona 3, I believe, than I ever did in Persona 4. I could be incorrect there, but I'm almost positive I have. I think it's like around a 60-hour playthrough as it is right now. So, that being said, tomorrow will be a 3.5-hour Persona 3 stream. Will I beat the game? Will I not? I don't know. It's up for debate. Some people are saying, no, there's still like another 2.5 hours of story left. Then you got the final combat segment, and there's no way you're going to beat all that in like a half an hour. Some people have suggested I go long, but I can't do that because I need to finish up my top 10 worst things about modern gaming countdown series, all right? So that's going to be released tomorrow night, which means I need time to work on it. So tomorrow is a balance between Persona 3 on stream and finishing up that countdown series on KO Gaming, alright? Tuesday, we've got a new release! Holy shit, we've got a new release. Can you believe it? It's Batman the Telltale Episodic Series. That starts on Tuesday, so I'll be playing that as my gameplay stream. Now, traditionally, when Telltale starts a new series, and they do a first episode, it's usually pretty long. Like, I remember, I believe it was Minecraft Story Mode, Tales from the Borderlands, and even Game of Thrones. I believe their first episodes were all 2 or more hours long. So I think setting it as my one gameplay stream for the day is the right thing to do, and it should fill it out. And I could be wrong, watch them do like a 45-minute episode, who knows. But that's my plan, is that it's going to be the gameplay stream for Tuesday, alright? Then Tuesday night, since a lot of people are excited to see, gee, could Batman translate into a Telltale-style game? Is it better or worse than Telltale's other series? A lot of people are fans of Batman, but not a fan of Telltale games, and they want to know, should we check this out? Well, Tuesday night, I'm going to be making a special mini review video of episode 1 of this Batman game for KO Gaming, so you'll know, is it worth your dollar or not, okay? So that's cool. I get to play it and immediately review it all in one day on Tuesday. So Tuesday's all about the new Batman game for me. Wednesday, right now, I'm reserving for the conclusion of Persona 3. Now, if I beat the game on Monday, then I don't need that time, and we can do something else, of which I'll talk about in a moment. But more than likely, I'm going to need that. This will be the big epic conclusion. If you've been waiting to see how the game's going to end, how I'm going to take on a lot of people have been saying the final boss apparently is one of the toughest and most complex ones in gaming history, and they can't wait to see me fight this final boss because I'm a longtime fan of JRPGs. We'll see. All right, so this is all going to happen hopefully on Wednesday, and we'll finish the game off on Wednesday, and then finally that ongoing playthrough is done, so we could stick a fork in it and say on to the next, because the bottom line is there's been a bunch of JRPG-style games that I've been very interested in playing that I've completely held off on because I've been playing Persona 3 for so effing long, and I don't want to commit to a game and say, oh, I'm going to play it, and then start playing it when I'm already doing another RPG. It wouldn't have worked, okay? So that's the good news, is it looks like Persona 3 is on track. It will finish on Wednesday, okay? Thursday, big news. This is the marathon that you've all been waiting for, the marathon that patrons voted on throughout the entire month of July. It's the Sonic 2006 marathon, starts this Thursday. It will start between 12:30 p.m. Pacific time and run for around 6 to 7 hours, as my marathons typically do. Typically, they end around 7:30 p.m. And, you know, I take a few breaks in between there because I need, obviously, sitting here for 6-7 hours. I need to get up, take a break, take a leak, and get a drink or whatever. But, as you know, Sonic 06, probably one of the worst games ever made. Everyone collectively agrees it is the worst Sonic game ever made. And I'm going to tough my way through it. Now, if people really like the marathon on Thursday, if they're really enjoying it, I'm raging at the pissed off gameplay, but then I'm succeeding, you know. People typically like it when I play an infamous game for both reasons. You like to see me play, you like my commentary, but you also like to see me rage at the bullshit parts, right? If you like what you see on Thursday, and when people are enjoying it, I'm going to continue playing Sonic 06 as an ongoing playthrough for the next couple of weeks until I beat the game. Now, I'm to understand that the game's pretty long. So, especially with the fact that it's pretty challenging because of the bullshit parts, it could be a fun ongoing playthrough for the next couple of weeks to take us into the new releases for August, alright? So, let's see what happens on Thursday. After that, there's really nothing going on until the next following Tuesday, where there's a big, heavy AAA release everyone's talking about, and I'll talk about that in a moment. What will I be doing from, say, Friday to Tuesday? Well, Doom, if you're not aware, has had a major update. It has 2 new multiplayer modes that were added completely for free to the game, and I'd like to check them out. So one day I'm going to do a stream of Doom at some point, alright? In addition, Fallout 4 got a DLC where you can make your own vault. Now, this DLC is supposed to have all kinds of tools and things to build your own vault society, and apparently there is some story tied in with it. Is it the biggest, most exciting DLC ever? Probably not. But I bought the Season Pass, and I think I want to check it out. It would be cool to maybe see how my own vault dwellers can survive and stuff, right? So that'll probably be a stream in itself at some point, too. Now, there's always a possibility that maybe I'll play more Overwatch, maybe I'll have a craving for something else in the meantime. I don't know. It all depends on how things go. But if Sonic 06 goes well, I'm also going to be playing Sonic 2006 a couple times in that span of days to keep the playthrough moving. So there you go. Maybe it could be like Thursday Sonic 06, Friday maybe Doom, Saturday Sonic 06, Sunday the Fallout 4 DLC, Monday more Sonic 06, something like that. Keep that in mind. That'll roughly be what I think what it'll be of the next week, okay? And then that Tuesday, which is Tuesday, August 9th, finally a big AAA release we're all been waiting for, No Man's Sky. This is a game we've heard of for years. I mean, we've heard about development for like 3 years now. Every E3 they show off a little bit more. It's supposed to be a ridiculous amount of procedurally generated worlds to explore, going through this crazy open galaxy. And the premise sounds amazing. Will the game actually implement into something fun, something functional, and something that turns out to be unique and different? Because the bottom line is, I've never played a game like this before. A galaxy exploration game where you can go to a ridiculous amount of planets and just see how different the open worlds and environments and things are. And sounds awesome, but will it translate into a good game? Or will it be one of these games that's super hyped and bust? I don't know. I'm excited to find out. So that's the first major release of the month, is on August 9th. And then later in the month, we're going to have games like Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. We're going to have King of Fighters 14. There's supposed to be the next episode of the Hitman episodic game this month. There's a strong possibility the final DLC character for Street Fighter V, Urien, will come out. And by the way, I actually played with Urien at a tournament level for a long time, so it'll be cool to see if he's as good as he used to be. There's also Attack on Titan's very first game incarnation, and there's a few other indie-style games that are all going to be releasing during the month of August. So that's what I mean about August. It's going to be crazy busy compared to last month because there's going to be lots of stuff to move the month along, rather than just, all right, what's the next downtime thing? Geez, Phil's still playing a game from 4 months ago. Nothing like that. It's going to be new stuff, fun stuff, keeping stuff moving. And I think it's going to be an exciting month. All right. So, that's pretty much it for the week in preview. I wish that I could have more info or a better estimate about Patreon and stuff like that. I don't. FYI, if we do not hit the goal for Patreon by the end of tonight, 4.5 hours or whatever, don't worry, because you still get, if you were pledged in July, you're still getting your personal perks, right? Just understand you're still getting all the stuff you qualified for. The only difference is we're not doing the goal for the month. The goal celebration will not happen. So a lot of people, oh my God, well, it's going to, no, you're going to get everything. It's not like because we didn't hit the goal that you don't get perks. People are flipping out over stuff. I don't know. People will still get their private Q&A videos. They'll still get their questions answered on Ask the King in early September. They're still going to get, their name will appear in the credits of the week in preview starting next week. All that stuff's going to happen. All right. Don't worry about it. All right. That's really it. I'm excited. I mean, a crazy week with finally finishing Persona 3, the new Batman game, my Countdown series completing, the Sonic 06 Marathon, and then some other stuff to fill in the gaps. It's going to be a good week. Finally, new stuff. And I hope that if you've been away for a while and now you're checking in because you want to see what's coming to happen in August, hopefully you will definitely check out the stuff this week because, it's going to be fun. It will be a shame for people to miss out because July was slow and they went elsewhere that they don't come back. I hope you will. All right. That's really it. Thank you, everyone, for watching the week in preview. And right now, without further ado, for the very last time, thank you to the following June patrons, who made this week's Sonic 2006 Marathon possible through their pledges. That's why it's so awesome when people pledge. They make these fun events happen. So thanks for that, and I will see you for new gameplay starting tomorrow. Peace out, everyone.